Emotions are indicator simply of the vibrational gap, if there is one, and there often is, the vibrational gap between who you really are, meaning who you will be once you reemerge into non-physical, meaning who the source energy part of you is, meaning who the soul of you is. We call it the inner being of you, the expanded version of you. And so the whole reason that you've invited us here to play with you is so that we can assist you in consciously measuring and acknowledging and deliberately shrinking that vibrational variance between who you've become and who you're letting yourself be right here, right now. Who you've become is brilliant and worthy. Who you often allow yourself to be is restricted and feeling puny in your experience. When you're mad at someone, you're depriving yourself of how you really feel. And often our physical friends say, no, Abraham, let me tell you how I really feel. How I really feel is different than how you think I really feel. And how I really feel is different than I even want to feel about that. And we say, we know that isn't the case because your negative emotions, when you feel the way you really feel, is your indication that you're not letting yourself feel the way you really feel. No, Abraham, I'm sure I really feel the way I feel. And I have justification. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about the wrongdoings. Let me tell you about the injustices. Let me tell you about the things that are wrong with this. And we say, of course you are focused upon some of the things that are wrong with this or that, because it's the sifting of that contrast that helps you to identify what you really want. But once you've identified what you really want, we're begging you, no, we're not really. Let it go. Let it go. Let go. Let go of the justification of why you want what you want, and just turn in the direction of what you want and embrace it fully. No more explaining why you want it. Just want it and allow it. Take the path of least resistance to what you want. And the path of least resistance to what you want is always free of negative emotion. If you've got negative emotion, you're not taking the path of least resistance. You are taking the path of more resistance, and the more negative emotion you feel, the more resistance. So you have to be wondering, well, Abraham, there are a lot of things in this world that when I look at them, I feel negative emotion because they are simply not the way I want them to be. And we acknowledge you came to explore and to personally decide what your preferences are. But then you say, if you've been listening to us for a while, so let me get this straight. So my work is to focus on what I want. And we say, yes. But how can you focus upon what you want unless you are allowing yourself to focus some upon what you don't want? How do you ever decide what is most wanted if you don't sample a little bit from the buffet? You get that, don't you? So once you've sampled and once you've come to a conclusion, a clearer conclusion about what you do want, then use the power of your mind to focus upon that. Then take the path of least resistance. So does that mean that if there is some discord in the world or in my world, in my life, that my work is just to decide what I want and focus only upon that? And we say, yeah, for now, till something else stirs something else up. And sometimes our physical friends think that what we've been teaching over all this time about art of allowing, about deliberate creation, is that you should be able to strike your vibrational stance and hold it, and we do teach that, and feel good in the holding of it, and we do teach that, and that if you are able to hold your vibrational stance in alignment with all that you are, one who's connected to the stream is more powerful than a million who are not. Get tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You've heard all kinds of verbiage from us about this alignment. Then you will be powerful. And you think we are saying, then you will be powerful enough to change the world, to change the behavior of others. And we say, that is not what we are saying. It is not what we have ever said. then you will be powerful enough to strike a vibrational stance, a vibrational pose, a vibrational emanation, a vibrational point of attraction to bring to you only what you want. Not to control what others are doing, not to control the behavior of even one other, but to attract unto you the behavior that is pleasing to you. You've chosen this diverse universe. You've chosen this diverse, specific planet upon which you are co-creating. Because in your diversity, there is the opportunity for each of you to come to your own personal conclusions. And once you do, the power of the universe, the power of source energy, the power of alignment will back you up and assist you in the achieving of that. But so often you have split energy about it because you've long ago come to the conclusion of what you want, but you keep picking away at the reasons about why you want it. I want it because that isn't good, and I want it because that isn't fair, and I want it because that doesn't feel good, and I want it because I don't like that. And we say, if you could just leave the I don't want part of it out of the equation sooner, then you would align with what you want, and you would come into vibrational alignment with the power of the universe. If you've been listening to us for a while, you've heard us offer many different examples in order to help you to get a sense of this vibrational beingness that is all of us. We explained to you that as you sift through this contrast in your human form, that in your observation of what's going on around you, in your focus, in your imagining, in your attention, in your focus is the best word, in your focus, you are emanating vibrational rockets, and they precede you. Knowing what you don't want causes you to send off a rocket of desire of what you do want. And then we explained to you that law of attraction gathers those preferred rockets and holds them in a vibrational holding pattern, really eternally for you. There as a beacon for you to tune yourself into. So this vortex that we've been talking about, some find it difficult to get their thoughts around something that they can't see. It's really the only problem that you have with your physicalness. You are so good at translating vibration into the physical equivalent through what you see and hear and smell and taste and touch, that you want everything to be tangible. You want manifestation to show itself to you right away. And so you sort of count on manifestations to observe in order to adjust the way you feel. If you're observing a pleasing manifestation, you feel good and you say, yes, I would like more of that, please, or I demand more of that, yes. I want more of these pleasing things because when I look at pleasing things, I'm pleased, so please me, you say to your children, to your employers, to your employees, to your friends, to your mates, to your children, to your parents. Please me. Please me because I want to feel good. I want to feel good. You don't really realize that the reason you do feel good is because you're in complete alignment with all that you really are. And when you're in complete alignment with all that you really are, you're being all that you really are. You don't know that that's why you want to feel good. I want to feel good. I want to feel good. So please me because I want to feel good. And we say, that is so backwards. It doesn't even work that way at all. You must decide that you want to feel good and develop the self-discipline to look in the direction of what does feel good, whether it's past, present, or future. Focus upon what feels good, which means focus upon what's in your vortex, which means focus upon your inner being who stands in vibrational alignment with all that you have become. And when you focus in vibrational alignment with all that you have become, then what happens is you send out a singular vibration, not a mixed bag, know what I want, know what I don't want, a singular, steady signal. We are calling that vibrational alignment, that basis of who you are. It's the vibrational framework that you were born with, that when you line up with it, when you come into alignment with who you really are, your point of attraction is so powerful that anything that isn't in sync with it just bounces right off of it, bounces right off of it, bounces right off of it. And the good life, the path of least resistance, becomes what you're living. Now, sometimes you say, oh, path of least resistance sounds pretty lazy. And we say, those of you who have been attempting to apply the processes that we've been offering over all of these years would not call it a lazy effort, would you? Because it takes some focus. It's not easy to be in this world with all of these opinions and all of these processes and all of these patterns of life and all of these manifestations some of which you like and some of which you don't like. It's not an easy thing to be in this interconnected world, and it's more interconnected today than it has ever been. It's moving very fast. Your interconnectivity is moving so fast. And so this is the time, if there was ever to be a time, for you to find your true guidance and align with it, because there is so much opportunity to be called away from who you really are. And when you're called away from who you really are, mostly by your simple observation of the world or of a situation or of a person, when you're called away from who you are, you feel it. That's what negative emotion is. So we want you to acknowledge that there is a vibrational basis for that which you are. And it's not only the basis of who you were before you were born. Oh, that's a good basis. But that basis has expanded tremendously since you've been here in this physical body, because you have been living life and knowing that you don't want to be rude, that you want to be an uplifter, knowing that you don't want to be confused, that you want to have clarity, knowing that you don't want instability, that you want stability, knowing that you don't want poverty, that you want prosperity, knowing that you don't want to be bored, you want to be interested, knowing, you've carved out this beingness that stands always offering the signal to let you know where you stand in relationship to that. It's this being, this central being. It's the being who loves no matter what, who understands no matter what, who accepts diversity no matter what, who appreciates no matter what. It's the core of who you are. It's the being who feels self-appreciation no matter what, who feels appreciation for others no matter what. Now we know that's an interesting concept, that someone could be so oblivious to what's really going on that they would just stand in a place of pure positive energy. But it's not an oblivious stance. It's a carefully honed, carefully crafted over many, many, many life experiences. It's a stance of becoming. It's who you really are, you see. And when you find a way to line up with that, then all of the things that you've been putting into this vortex that are right now vibrational versions of what you want, as far as you are concerned, far less satisfying than the manifested versions, the manifestation must follow. The manifestation must be allowed by you, but you got to figure out what's the vibrational consistency of that, and you have to find the vibration that allows it to flow. People who are watching you will be amazed at what you accomplish. They will be amazed at the clarity of your mind. But more important, they will be amazed with the cooperation of everyone and everything around. They will watch discordant others bounce right off of you. They will watch harmonious others join you in vibrational beingness. They will see evidence of your alignment, and they will say, how is it that you are so sure-footed? How is it that you barely speak a preference and it is handed to you with such ease and grace and balance? And you say, I chilled out. I stopped worrying about what everybody else was doing because I realized it didn't have anything to do with me. I just picked from it like a buffet, picking the pieces I liked and focusing on them and ignoring the others. I stopped putting things on my plate that I didn't want to eat a long time ago. I stopped putting thoughts I don't want to think or I don't want to feel how they think a long time ago too. And then it just got easier and easier. Then I was off and running. And there is no ending to the expansion of my beingness. There's a lot for me to be happy about, you say to others. Never-ending expansion and continual joy. What's not to like? Yeah.